Hey, hi Ashok.
Hi, Nishant.
Yeah. Let's just wait for a minute. Let let the folks join. Then we can start.
Sure.
I can see some folks joining, so I think I can start. Yeah. Let me just begin by sharing my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, just give it a second. Yeah,
Yeah. Great. Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Creators Cut, where we'll be talking about how to make smarter budget decisions with RevSure's AI-powered spend optimization. Hi, I am Nishant. I'm a product manager here at RevSure, and today I'm here with Ashok. Ashok, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
yeah. Hey, I'm a senior data engineer in RevSure, and I'm here to help you understand what happens in the background of this widget, which we are going to walk through today. Yeah,
That's great. So, without any further ado, let's start. So, for all of you folks who are new to RevSure and have no context about what RevSure does, we'd like to give you a quick introduction about to that. So, we are an AI-powered platform built to provide full funnel attribution and pipeline intelligence. From anonymous web visitors all the way to closed deals, we help marketing and revenue teams understand what's driving results and what's not. So, as you can see here, right from your marketing optimization, helping you optimize your campaigns, to accelerating pipelines and to predicting revenue for you. We do it all with AI powered models. Ashok, if you'd like to add more to that.
yeah. So whatever my colleague mentioned, we are able to do that because we are trying to connect the CRM, the marketing systems, and their ad platforms, so that we are able to paint a bigger picture and the entire journey of a customer who just starts a journey in your product page or like through your ads or through your campaigns. Yeah,
That's right. So it's just we provide visibility across the entire buyer journey and not just the last click. Moving on, let's talk about the foundation of our widget, the spend optimization. So at the core of today's topic, right, we have spend optimization, which is built on something we call marketing mix modeling or MMM. Ashok, can you explain to our audience here what that is all about?
yeah. Marketing mix modeling is an AI based regression modeling where we take inputs of all the feature channels of all the campaigns, and then we try to build a model where the model gives you an output based on certain spend, what you're going to be getting it as a pipeline generation or booking volume or MQL lead generation, so and so. And this we are doing by two key metrics. So one would be the channel contribution, and the other one would be the response curves. So the channel contribution is nothing but it provides you the values for on how much spend on a certain channel, what is the metric in terms of the pipeline generation or the booking generation you're going to be getting. And the response curves is just a simulation where for every spend point or every dollar spent, what is the return you're going to be getting for that particular stage. And using these two, we actually try to provide you with better options how you could reallocate your spend or you optimize your existing spend across the multiple channels and across the regions.
That's right. So the response curves are foundation of what we do with a spend optimization widget here. So this response curves, like, they show you how each channel scales with budget, and importantly when it saturates. And some channels like paid search max out early, others like paid social may keep returning value longer. So you take this into account using using the response curve, and then we allocate budget based on that.
Yeah. And the way we build them, we build it one for global and one for each region. And we are doing this because like every region performs differently on comparison to the other ones. And every region has its own seasonality and own bias towards the marketing channels. So when we build everything separately, we are able to actually be more accurate. I wouldn't say super accurate, but like we are trying to match what the reality is in terms of building these models and projecting the values.
That's right, Ashok. Yeah. So now let's go further into this and let's talk about what this spend optimization widget is and who is it for. So at its core, it's a tool that helps you answer the most hardest question in marketing, right? Where should my next dollar go? With this, you can create intelligent budget plans across channels, regions, campaigns, and the best part, it automatically reconciles your global, regional, and campaign budgets. So no longer you have to trust your gut or or use outdated Excel reports to make your budget allocations. This
Yeah,
is that all powerful tool. Yeah.
cool. That's what it exactly is. And the ultimate goal of us is to enable people who are at the higher level of marketing and even the marketing directors or finance people who are more involved in marketing activities in such a way that when they give us a certain input budget, we and other conditions, we try to optimize it across all the regions and the channels, which gives them the best result or the best outcome. And the output is also in a more user friendly, readable way, so that it's no fuss, no anything. So where you have to previously people used to follow sheets or their own practices to come up with best spends, but this is like a one shot thing where you can have everything at one screen.
That's right, Ashok. So the system, like as Ashok mentioned, the system is channel first and fully multi-level. Whether you're planning globally and pushing down or starting regionally and rolling up, your numbers will always add up. And yes, you can adjust mid-quarter, without breaking anything. So I'm all excited now to dive deeper into the next part. That is how to see how the contribution response curve, how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So one step further into making you guys understand how the optimization widget works. So first step is like first we try to predict the key performance indexes across every stages with a historical contribution, and then we build the response curves for every channel and every metric, every stage, so that like we have simulations which we can use later for optimizing the spend. And we do have options where you can optimize for maximizing the value of a pipeline generated or volume of pipeline generated, and so many further. So yeah.
That's right. And the tool respects constraints as well. As you can see, you can set maximum, minimums, or even ROI targets by channel or region. So it's not theoretical, it's a very practical tool. So these constraints help you, use this tool in how a real budget allocation would look like in the real world, right? So the constraints help you mimic that. And that is very important if you want to use the tool efficiently and derive maximum value out of that.
Yeah, and this we are able to do because like we are doing optimization not only on a channel level but also on a regional level. So how we go forward is first we start with the global optimization, and then we use that as the source budget, and then based on that like we optimize the same one across the regions, so that like the metrics and the spends are all reconciled, and you get just one screen where you see how much you are supposed to spend on a certain channel, or like how much we are suggesting you to spend for best returns.
That's right. So we have explained you a lot of theory now. Now it's time to, show you how the widget works. And yeah, I'm excited to show you that. So let's begin with this. So for demo purposes today, we have already loaded our config, but I'll certainly explain you what the config is about. So for here, we have created a config keeping in mind that we want to plan for the next quarter. And the scenario is we have probably compared to the previous quarter, our budget is comparatively lesser by around 1.17 million, but we want to derive the maximum value out of that. So for that, what we are doing is, since it's a hierarchical optimization that is reconciling all the metrics, we have turned toggle this on. Then we selected the regions where we want to see this allocation happen. And then our objective is to maximize our pipeline values. So we want to do that. And the digital paid channels that we want to optimize for. We support a variety of plethora of channels here, as you can see. But for the demo purposes, we are selecting this 4 channels for this 5 channels. Ashok, you'd like
Yeah.
to talk about the constraints here once?
Yeah. So also one thing you can choose to optimize is like either you can go top down or you can go bottom up. So in top down, how it works is first we optimize for the global constraint. As in like here you can see we are providing a constraint or the budget for the global optimization. And then if you could scroll down, Nishant. Um,
Yeah.
so here we do have individual regions, and these are based on the ones which you selected above on the drop downs. And based on that, you provide the constraint. So how the optimization works is, first step, we optimize for the global across all the channels. And once you have the channel budget or the optimized spend, we consider the individual channel and then optimize it across multiple regions. So top down. So first we do the global, get the channel values, and for those channel values, we do the regional ones. Similarly, in bottom up, how it works is, so first we optimize the channels for the region, and then after that, like, we again sum it up and then go back into the global ones. So this is just the two approaches which are right now we are having it. But the bottom up approach, I guess we are building it as we speak, so we should be having it maybe once you guys are starting using the feature.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So this is how you set up the config, and once you have set up the config, you can click on save configuration to run the config. But for demo purposes, we have already done that. So now let's talk about the results and how to draw insights from it, right? So in the widget itself, you have a quick summary of what you have set up in the config, so that you don't have to repeatedly go into the config and look into it. You have the summary of the config here, and you also have a card view of comparison with the previous quarter. So like we mentioned, right, compared to the previous quarter, you have a slight decline in budget, but you want to ensure that you're deriving maximum value out of it. As you can see here, we are still able to increase the pipeline value that we have generated by close to 5% now. And you can see the other metrics have also gone up. That's because we have reallocated the spends across, and you can also choose to look at the reallocated, how the spends have changed, right? For that, we can just look at some specific metrics here. We can just look at how your spend has changed across Facebook. You can also look at how your spends has changed across Bing, right? Just for example purposes here. As you can see, it is suggested to reduce your Facebook spending. Uh, so increase our Facebook spending by 200.18% and Bing by 28.7%. When you're doing that, you're able to see that 5% your pipeline value is increasing. So this is how you can draw insights from it. Even in the output table, right, you're able to see what needs to be allocated on a global level, but also it tells you on a region level as well what you need to allocate. And based on our projected values that is coming from the response curve itself, you can see what is the value that you will be generating, what is the pipeline value you'll be generating, what is the pipeline ROI that you are generating as well, based on the allocations that you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and on top of this, this is just the one which we are showing you is just for a full quarter. And we do always have an option where, like, let's say you are in the middle of a quarter and you have certain budget left and you want to optimize the rest of the budget you have for the current quarter. We also have an option to do that, where we consider the spend amount you already made on each marketing channels as the base, and then we incrementally increase across all the distribute the spend as in the budget across these channels, so that you are getting the best optimized result in terms of the objective you want.
That's right. Uh, so we are really excited for you to come and try this. And like I said, I would want you to play around with it, create different what if scenarios. Like Ashok mentioned, for a quarter planning, you could also use it to plan for a scenario where you have increase in budget. You're gonna have next quarter, maybe there is some experiment that's gonna be run. So you have maybe a 400K additional budget. What would be the best allocation in terms of that? You can also experiment with the objective for this scenario we have created for pipeline value. Maybe you want to improve your pipeline ROI. Maybe you want to derive for, you want to increase your bookings, right? So you can play around with different scenarios, different channels, different constraints, and based on that you can make the best call for it. So yeah, we're all very excited, and that's all we had from our end. But yeah, now we are open to questions. So if you have any questions, you can put it across.